Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate your support everywhere. So today we're going to talk about things that I've been seeing lately. And unfortunately lately what we've been seeing a lot of are dog and cat fights. A couple of dog ones are on my mind right now, so we're going to focus a little more on the dog attacks. So we've seen a tremendous amount of dog fights here lately. Some of those range from real minor punctures thing to very, very serious and getting life-threatening, and everything in between. But for whatever reason, we're seeing a lot of those. A lot of these particular ones have been intra-household, so same household pets attacking other household pets. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Sometimes it's because you introduce a new patient or there's some major change and stress levels are high. Think of it when you move houses. It's stressful for us and our pets tend to pick it up, so sometimes their threshold's a little bit higher, so they snap a little bit sooner. Pay attention to some of those extra things that might save you some stitches or something a little bit more serious. Big ones are food aggression, a person aggression, and sometimes a toy or a certain area of the household. The biggest thing that I can tell you guys is if you can identify the trigger for what stimulates the attack, do the best you can to avoid it. If it's over food, separate them when you're feeding. Don't feed them together. A lot of dogs, you put dog A's food, dog B's food, and then they switch and eat the opposite food. Sometimes this one's prescription, sometimes this one's not, all kinds of different variables. Sometimes this one finishes eating, this one's not, but we go over and we get told, no, don't eat my food. Lots of variables in how this happens, guys. So the biggest one, find your trigger. If you can find it, try and avoid it. Sometimes there is nothing you can do, and if they see each other, they're trying to go after each other and kill each other. There's nothing I can do. There is no trick for that. It's just simply keep them apart. Yes, there are behavior modification drugs that we can use, but if they want to kill each other, that doesn't change the underlying motive of I want to kill you, and vice versa. Typically, you have one patient who's more the aggressor versus the other. Very unpredictable. So some of the other things that you can look for are going to be the subtle signs. So sometimes there's a lot of red flags before they get to the actual bite and chomping motion. Look for the growling, look for the hair standing up, look for the more aggressive posture, or say they're doing just fine, then another dog comes in and they freeze and they just stare us down. Watch for some of that body language. That can be an early indicator for, hey, what's going on? And try and identify the body language with the trigger before you get to the bloody part of the mess. That would be very helpful if you can. Hopefully that's helpful, guys, and let us know if you have any questions about it. We've seen a lot of different ones lately, and all of them have been different triggers. Unfortunately, most of them have been same pet households. Occasionally, you do have them jump a fence, and it's a neighbor's dog one way or the other. There's all kinds of ways you can raise fences or have an incline on one way or the other so they can't get in or out. There's rollers. There's a lot of different ways you can go about that. One that I did forget to touch on that we get asked a lot is if you have intact patients in the household, whether it's male or female. The males, they will fight over an intact female. What makes this really tricky is your entire household might be fixed, but your neighbor to the left of you has an intact female who's not. Well, that smell does not just stay in your neighbor's yard. It spreads, and that's how they find them in the wild. That's how they find them. I've heard studies as far out as they can hear them or smell a patient in heat as far as about 3 miles away. And that's a lot of neighbors, guys. There's no way all of your neighbors within probably even 1 square mile are completely fixed. But those things do tend to help quite a bit. The more concentrated that odor is, the closer it is, that can be an easy trigger that we see a lot of times for leading to dog fights. So hopefully that'll help save you guys some blood and some money here down the road. And appreciate everything y'all have done for us. We'll see you guys around. Bye.